Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Anything is Possible,
Anything possible?
the sports
Yep.
betting show where your three friends, Dave, Adam, and Chris, lose bets constantly. Some of us are better than others, and that's what you're going to see here with a quick recap of last week's Super Bowl bets from Dave.
All right, so we'll start with Adam. Adam, Super Bowl bets. You went 1-2, 1-4-3.
Yep.
You took the longest fourth down conversion of over 3.5 yards, and that did not happen.
I think there's only two times they even went for it
Yeah,
on
two
fourth
attempts,
down.
I think. And it was like a
yeah.
yard.
Whack.
Yep. Whack. And then you had 49ers money line, which we will be getting to, but you're going to be getting wet because, as we all know, that didn't happen. And then you had your one win of the week was a McCaffrey anytime touchdown, which did happen. But as we discussed last week, the odds on that were low, high odds, whatever. You know what I mean. All right, Chris, you went 1-for-3 as well. You had Chiefs money line, which is why Adam's getting wet. You also had Jones, Chris
Bosa
Jones,
and Jones, yep.
Yep, Bosa and Jones over 1.5 combined sacks, which did not happen.
Nope.
And you had the combined jersey numbers to score the touchdowns in the game of over 121.5, and that did not happen.
That did not happen.
And then for me, I had my 5-leg parlay frenzy last week, brought to you by Shank It Golf. For all your golf needs, use code Nonsense15 at shankitgolf.com. I had Chiefs money line, which hit. Why Adam's getting extra wet this week.
Yep.
And then I hit 3 other bets with Kelsey getting over 6.5 receptions, McCaffrey going over 129.5 total yards.
Yep.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling with over 1.5 receptions, ended with, I believe, 2. And the one bet I lost last week was a Brock Purdy interception in the game. He did not throw an interception. I should have known. The guy is a game manager. He doesn't throw interceptions, but it didn't happen. So, with that being said, Chris, you ended the season, football season, at 13-24. That is a 35.1% success rate. Adam, you finished the season, which you didn't just bet on football, but you bet on some other stuff. But during the scope of the football season, you finished 11-10, which puts you at a 52.4% hit rate. And for me, I finished at 19-18, with the total hit percentage right around where Adam was at, actually, shockingly, 51.4%.
Nice.
So,
nice.
there you go. So with that being said, I think that leads us straight into the ultra wet tsunami wet bet.
Yep. So this is going to be tough. I went with a full shaker cup. We're looking at 24 ounces of water here.
Oh my gosh. The water's never going to stop.
Let's give it hell, I guess.
Thank you, Patrick Holmes.
Here we go.
Thank you, Chiefs.
Here we go. Oh, I'm excited for this.
White t-shirt.
Will it ever stop? Will it ever stop? Will it ever
Oh,
stop?
it's so
Will
bad.
it ever
It's
stop?
so bad.
Oh
my god.
gosh, wearing a white t-shirt for all the ladies at home.
Hold on.
And
I got a waistband
Something.
real quick.
yep.
So last week I also went with the more water repellent jacket, and just for everyone at home listening, for the boys here, we went with the plain white tee. So
Wow.
real
Love
wet
that.
t-shirt contest.
Great job.
vibes.
Great job.
Wow. That
Anything
was,
for the pod.
That was unbelievable. I
Electric.
thought that water was never going to stop.
Same.
Wow.
All right, so full transparency, some other bets that I lost on the Super Bowl. I had orange Gatorade. It was purple. I don't know if you
I
guys
didn't even
noticed
remember
this.
seeing the Gatorade.
It wasn't showed. It was so delayed, and people were no Gatorade was like plus 12,000 or something like that, and people were like freaking out because they're like, of course there's no Gatorade, of course the Chiefs have no Gatorade, and then like social media videos surfaced and it was purple.
It was
Okay.
purple. Yep.
Which is rough. I also had tails on the coin flip, so lost right out of the gate on that one. I parlayed McCaffrey and Kelsey TDs. That one missed. Yeah, we lost a lot of stuff, but that's okay. We won. We're at
Mr. Campbell, I was at the Campbell's for the Super Bowl party, and he does like a prop bet sheet every year. It was like 20 prop bets. I went, I think it was 14 for 20 on there, 13 for 20. So got to feel pretty good about that.
That is pretty good.
There was
Did you win anything from that?
No, it was winner take all. And
Wow.
the winner was 17 out of 20, and they made $410.
Wow.
Because
On a
he just like
$10 bet.
sends it out to people, so like people like filled it out and then like took pictures and sent it to him.
I had the opportunity. I didn't do it.
Yep. 17 was the right, and there's some fun ones on there. Like it was like what's going to be the lower number, and it was like Jordan Spieth's 4th round or Deebo Samuel receiving yards. It's like what's going to be the higher number, and then it was like a random basketball game versus Travis Kelce receiving yards, something like that. But yeah, there's some fun ones on there. It's always a good time. But
That's fun.
I bet on total amount of time total amount of airtime of Taylor Swift. I took the over. I took the over minute and 2 seconds, and it ended at 54 seconds. 54 seconds. So I did not hit
I'll
that.
give it to the Super Bowl. I felt like they showed her an appropriate amount of time.
Yeah, they did good. They did fine. Did you guys hear the conspiracy about the national anthem?
No.
So
she did an extra little.
She says "brave" twice.
Yeah, and the over barely hit.
Barely hit. That was
Reba
a
knew.
sweat. That was a
Reba
sweat.
knew the line.
Reba did.
She was cruising at first.
I was gonna say. I also thought she was gonna like. I had the over. I was like, oh, country singer.
Easy,
they like to draw it out. And no, she was buzzing through. And then she goes, "Brave of the." Like she doubled back to the line, and then it went over by like 4 or 5 seconds. I feel.
Which some sportsbooks said that was a loss because it ends right after the first brave. I think people got paid out on it though. I didn't have an actual bet on it, but
I feel like you can't do that because she did go back to it.
There was some conspiracy around it.
It wasn't done. Yeah. Some of the other bets I had over 2.5 extra points out of Harrison Butker, and he only had 1. Who would have thought that he would not have gone over 2.5?
Oh yeah, because he didn't even kick a. I was going to say he had 2, but he didn't have to kick the extra point on the last one.
Even if he did, I would have lost it. Now, all right, so the Underdog Sport Fantasy Bet app, which this is not a paid sponsorship, but it's legal in Missouri, so I use it. Could be. It's legal in Missouri, so I use it. They had some interesting, what they call rivalry picks, so it's a head-to-head deal on yardage, but they handicapped a bunch. So Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy rushing yards, and instead of it being straight up who would have more in the game, they gave Brock Purdy 13.5 to start. And I took Patrick Mahomes to still beat him, even with that 13.5 cushion, and he did 66 to 25.5, which included the 13.5.
So 12.5.
Yep. And then Travis Kelce versus Noah Gray, who's their other tight end. And Noah Gray was given 61.5 yards, and I took Travis Kelce, and it finished at 93-83.
I was going to say that one actually because Gray had a couple big catches.
Yeah.
I know.
Like
Tony
2
Romo called
catches.
him Travis Kelce twice.
Both times.
And I was like, what are you doing? Everyone knows that that's not Travis Kelce. You're the only one that made that mistake. Yeah.
Who else could it have been?
Yeah. Only 2 more of these I'll give y'all real quick. But receptions for Christian McCaffrey versus Isaiah Pacheco. And Isaiah Pacheco was given a 1.5 reception cushion, and I took Christian McCaffrey, and he beat it 8-7.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice.
Ooh, that was actually closer than I thought. I didn't remember.
8-6. 8-7.5 was the final, but Pacheco had 6. So...
See, I don't even remember him getting that many catches. Like, I thought that would have been more of a blowout, but either way, that's a dub.
The last one is a doozy. So, George Kittle versus Kyle
Juszczyk.
I can never pronounce that.
Juszczyk.
And Juszczyk was given 49.5 yard cushion, and I took Kittle still because I was like, Juszczyk doesn't really catch the ball. The guy went off. He had 31 yards.
Yeah, first play of the game, I think, went to him.
Yeah, it was on like 2 catches probably had that, and Kittle had like 5 yards.
4 yards.
Juszczyk's out there hurdling people.
I lost that one 80.5 to 4. What
has
it
a
was.
fashionable wife who makes cool jackets.
You know what that means, though, Dave. That means we got to go back to the drawing board. So do you have any plans for this weekend? Anything you got your eye on?
You want to explain to the listeners a little bit that we're changing what we're doing here?
No, I think it's obvious. Football's done, so we're not going to be giving out we're not going to be doing like a 3-pick kind of very structured segment. I think we're just going to be talking about sports, talking about what we have planned for the weekend, bets just what we're thinking about betting this weekend, and we'll give out some picks. I still have picks to give out today. I just don't think it won't be as formatted. I don't think.
Yeah, not like Adam give a pick, Dave give a pick, Chris give a pick.
Right.
We'll all toss some thoughts out there.
We're not going to force anything. If we don't have any picks, that's great. We'll talk about sports. We'll talk
Maybe
about
more
Dave's
a betting advice show, if you will. And if you've learned anything from us, is our advice is trash. So it's just for good times and vibes.
Exactly. Okay, cool. See, that's all. I just wanted you to explain a little bit.
Okay. So what do you think?
Start with a little bit of college basketball for me, because you know that I do occasionally
college hoops.
You dabble.
I swim in those waters a little bit, and so I have. If we all recall, a couple of weeks ago, I bet against UConn to get upset by a bad St. John's team. Well, this weekend they're playing Marquette at home, and Marquette, substantially better team than St. John's. They're ranked number 4 in the country.
Yeah.
But I think with UConn being at home this week and them proving time and time again that they're a good team. They've only got 2 losses on the year. I think UConn goes ahead and takes care of business at home against number 4 ranked Marquette.
Okay. That'll be a good matchup, though. One I might have to tune into.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be
1v4? Is UConn still 1?
Yeah, UConn's 1, Marquette's 4, so that'll be a good game.
Yeah, that'll be a good game.
2 o'clock on Fox. Another good game at 3 o'clock on ESPN this weekend, college basketball slate. Another ranked showdown between number 6 Kansas and number 25 Oklahoma. At Oklahoma, but Kansas has kind of been a little rough lately. I think they just are coming off of a loss.
I believe so, yes.
But I do think that they're going to go into Oklahoma and take care of business as well.
Yeah, they win after losses.
They do. They win after losses. They don't string those losses together. That's what makes them a good program. So a good program. So
thank you.
I got that, and then my last kind of college basketball bet game that I'm looking at is another ranked 2 ranked opponents, Kentucky and Auburn. I picked against Auburn just like I did UConn same week, but I think this week they're playing Kentucky at home, 5 o'clock on ESPN, and I'm going to bet against them again. I think Kentucky goes in there and gets a W against Auburn.
Okay.
Yeah, John.
So you're just chasing the dragon.
Yeah, I'm chasing the dragon. Auburn's got to lose some games. Bruce Pearl.
Are you going all college basketball? You got anything else?
Well, I'll start there. I'll let you all talk a little bit because I'm sure Adam's going to give us a little soccer, and I got a soccer bet. But
I love that. I love. I'm going to watch those games anyways, so it's good to have some old juice on them. So I'll join you on those. Mm-hmm. We'll ride together. I'll text you when they come on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm going with this weekend, right?
What are you going, golf?
More Genesis?
No.
February 18th is the Daytona 500.
Ooh. Who you got?
I watch no NASCAR. None.
I've
never even
about
watched
to start.
it before. But I might give it a shot this weekend. So this is my plan. I'm taking 5 picks. I'm going to put $5 on all of them because the odds on these are great. The winning odds starts at plus 900. Now, the last 16 years,
one
a winner
racer has won.
No, the winner has been plus 1,500 odds or higher, which is kind of crazy. So I'm taking 5 picks. I'm putting $5 on each of them. Here they are. I'm going.
Who you got for me?
I'm going to start lowest odds, end with highest odds. First, I'm going to start out with Denny Hamlin at plus 1,100.
Right.
$5 on him. Then I'm going William Byron at plus 1,400. Kyle Busch at plus 1,400.
Oh, yes.
Then we're getting into the good stuff here. Ryan Preece at plus 4,000 and AJ Allmendinger at plus 6,000. I'm going to put $5 on each of them.
Then he drives the FedEx car, not the M&M car.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good car, though.
Who drives the M&M?
Who drives the Morgan & Morgan personal injury law car?
I think that's
I don't
Ryan.
I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it.
I think that's right.
Richard Childress. No, that's. I don't even know who that is.
Oh, Kyle Busch was the M&M car, but after 32 years of sponsorship, M&M is set to leave NASCAR. That was in 2022. But
Oh, man.
old Bushy was in the car.
Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch
Dude,
both drive cars with Morgan & Morgan personal injury lawyers on their vehicle.
all of my NASCAR knowledge was just from back in the day. Aaron and I would play the NASCAR video game on PlayStation, and he would race to win, and I would just race to crash all of the other cars so that he could win.
Oh, you knew your role.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to
Perfect
see
little brother role.
Did you guys happen to see that highlight clip of a race a little while ago? And basically, when you played this NASCAR game on some gaming console, there's this thing you could do where you just pedal to the metal and then you go up against the curb or up against the wall, and it kind of just like you're not worried about the car's going to be broken, but you're just worried about the speed on that turn. And so this guy knew you could do it in the NASCAR game, so he was like, I'll just try it at the end of the race, and he ended up winning the race. He slingshotted around them off the wall and just rode the wall to the line. It was crazy.
I did not see that.
I
That's
love that.
crazy.
It was awesome. So I'm going to
Well,
give
there you go.
NASCAR
I
a
love
shot. We'll see
that.
what happens. Yeah.
I love that. I want to see what happens.
You don't have any action on the Genesis this weekend?
I've just been losing everything in golf. I just don't know what I'm doing. So
Well,
Taking a little break.
hey, it's okay to take a break.
maybe I'll put something on Victor Hovland to repeat.
There you
Put
go.
something on Tiger Woods to make the cut.
Is he playing? Oh yeah, it's his tournament. He's got to play.
Dude, he's back. It's his first of the year.
Put
He's
something
so
on
back.
a little
He's
Rigbus
so-
Fowler to make the cut.
Those odds are probably plus 700.
He's a tough watch sometimes.
Exactly. Adam, what you got?
Yeah, so as the honorary Premier League guy of the pod, I'll give just some thoughts on some of the games. I'm not really going to say how I feel either way, just maybe a couple good games to pay attention to. So obviously, as a Liverpool fan, if you are an early riser, maybe you don't sleep in so well, you find yourself up at 6:30 in the morning, you want to take in a little Premier League. I do like Liverpool against Brentford. Liverpool, they had a setback against Arsenal, but they've just been winning games lately. Good team.
Brentford's not very good, are they?
No, Brentford is not very good. They did get one of their better players back. One of their best players was suspended for a significant amount of time for sports betting, but he's back.
Listens to the pod, I heard.
I'm sure he does. The man's an addict. So he's back, but I like Liverpool in that game. Newcastle, Bournemouth, Dave, I know you support the Magpies. They're at home against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, not a strong team. Newcastle been playing a little bit better lately. They haven't lived up to the expectations that were kind of set on them this season, but they're at home. They're a team that can score a lot of goals. Defense is their bigger issue, and I think that it'll be a high-scoring game. I think Newcastle will be able to get at them, but I think I like the over in that game.
Yep, that's my bet for that game.
Tottenham versus Wolves. Tottenham's another team that's just kind of been flying by the seat of their pants, just kind of squeaking out some dubs. I like the upset there. I take a lot of easy picks on this show, so I'm going to give you maybe some where you can maybe make a little bit more money. So I like Wolves over Tottenham. And then that's all the Saturday slate. And then the Sunday slate, if you've been watching Premier League lately, Manchester United has just been squeaking out wins. Like they take 2-goal leads, they blow them, and then they're scoring in like the 85th minute or later. They're taking on Luton Town at Luton Town. If you watch any Premier League this year, Luton Town Stadium is literally, you walk through like an apartment complex. There's just like a back door in the back, and then you're just on a soccer field. Like it is the most wild thing. The atmosphere in those games are crazy. Luton, I think, is, let me fact check it, but I want to say like 18th or 19th in the league. They're sitting at 17th. So they're barely avoiding relegation, but they're at home against Manchester United, who, though they've been winning game, hasn't been playing great. So I'm taking Luton in that game, and a lot of that's just because I hate Man U. But
there you go. They beat Newcastle earlier this year.
Liverpool drew against them, should have lost to them. So they play What I like about Luton is if you watch a lot of soccer, you do see a lot of the times when a bigger club takes on a smaller club, they just kind of park the bus and just kind of hope for a point. Luton is not that team. They are going to play their style of game no matter who the opponent is, so they'll lose 5-0 or they'll come out and give a really tough team a good game, and that's what they're going to do against Man United. I think they're going to punch them in the mouth.
Love that.
I love it too.
We all love it. There you
Check
go.
out the
boys.
Luton
Well-
Stadium. It's wild.
No recaps anymore. You got to pay attention during the episode if you want the picks. No recaps. That is Anything is Possible. Thanks for joining in. It's been a wonderful NFL season. We can't wait for next year. And in the meantime, we'll hobble together some bets and see if we can make it interesting for you guys. Maybe win a couple.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
See ya!
Bye-bye.
Later.